Disney CEO Bob Iger says the company still is being very careful with developing Star Wars feature films in the wake of Solo's soft box office, while Marvel is also getting a rethink in terms of how many sequels characters get. In an appearance at the Morgan Stanley Technology, Media and Telecom Conference, Iger was asked an open-ended question about the health of tentpole brands Lucasfilm, Marvel and Pixar, along with the main Disney brand. The exec, who returned to the corner office in November, built his reputation on engineering the acquisitions of those outside companies during his previous stint as CEO. "I think a lot of all of them, they're all my babies, in a way," the exec mused. "With Marvel," he said, "there are 7,000 characters, there are a lot more stories to tell. What we have to look at Marvel is not necessarily the volume of Marvel stories we're telling but how many times we go back to the well on certain characters. Sequels typically work well for us. Do you need a third and a fourth, for instance, or is it time to turn to other characters?" Related, Disney chief Bob Iger says it is very tricky to assess Hulu's long-term value as decision point with Comcast. ApproachesIger didn't get specific, but his comments came less than 3 weeks after the release of Marvel Cinematic Universe entry Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. The third Ant-Man film has grossed more than $600 million globally but drew tepid response from critics and posted a 69% second weekend drop in the US, the steepest by any MCU title to date. "There's nothing in any way inherently off in terms of the Marvel brand," Iger stressed. "I think we just have to look at what characters and stories we're mining. If you look at the trajectory of Marvel in the next 5 years, there will be a lot of newness. We're going to turn back to the Avengers franchise with a whole new set of Avengers, for example." Related, Bob Iger says Disney theme parks were priced too high and Zeal To Grow Profit, it's a brand that needs to be accessible. As far as Star Wars, Iger said, disappointing box office returns in 2018 for Solo, one of 2 standalone films integrated among 3 saga installments, gave us P. Executives determined that maybe the cadence was a little too aggressive, he added. Disney is still developing Star Wars films, Iger continued, but we're going to make sure when we make one, it's the right one.